Hey, hey, all right, we're back. We were talking about your feeling state, how to control and change your feeling state anytime you want to. We've already talked about the thinking or the mind part of your Trinity. Now we're talking about your physiology, okay? I believe there is a saying in the Bible, putting on the armor of something. I can't, well, they talk about putting on the armor of God, but they talk about putting on the armor of like specific kinds of like spiritual gifts or whatever. Okay. When you think about feeling states, feeling states have a look. They show up a certain way in the body, and that's there. It does that for a reason. So think about the feeling state, like think about depression and what depression looks like. Depression is going to look on me the very same way that it looks on you, the very same way that it looks on my neighbor, on anybody, my friends, your friends. Depression has a look. Your body wears depression the same way that everybody else's body does. Okay. Same with angry. Okay. Your expression looks a certain way when you're angry. Your body looks a certain way. You feel energy tensed up, same way with euphoria and bliss. Okay. Your physiology houses and expresses those feeling states a certain way, and you can actually activate those feeling states by putting on those feelings. Okay, so think about if you're wanting to feel jovial, if you're wanting to feel a sense of joy, what's the first thing you can do on your body to get yourself in that state? Okay, and I'm doing it right now. I'm just smiling, right? And the reason why, and this is called posturing, changing your posture, okay? Because your physiology is very, very connected to your feeling state, your emotional state, and your thinking state, okay? Very intertwined. It's very hard to think really bad thoughts when you're just beamed up like that. And from just doing that, I can feel joy just coming out of me. Okay. It's one of the most magical effing things ever. What we are not going to be talking about for the physiology portion, you guys, is, like diet and exercise. Okay. Those things can influence your energy, but they don't, when you think about what creates energy, you create energy. Okay. You do. It's not food. It's not exercise. It's not sleep or anything like that. Your energy state comes directly from you and how you utilize your Trinity. Okay. So when people are talking about, and Tony Robbins is really good at talking about this portion of the Trinity. He's even had people do studies on how physiology affects the feeling state, with statistics and things of that nature. So if you are interested in learning more in depth on how your physiology, like you want the science behind it, just go Google or YouTube Tony Robbins physiology. He talks a lot about the actual studies that have been done linking this. And so Tony Robbins teaches on that one of the fastest ways to change your feeling state is to change your physiology. Okay. I agree somewhat, because you'll understand why when we get to the emotional part of the Trinity. Okay. Because your physiology is one of the fastest ways to change your feeling state if you're not triggered. Okay. If you are triggered and you're in this loop, this cycle loop, it's going to be very difficult for some people. Okay. Not everybody, but it can be very difficult for some people to instantly get out of that simply by changing their physiology. Okay. And I'll explain why that is in the next installment where we talk about your emotional state. Okay. So when you're speaking about physiology, think about anything that also utilizes the senses of your body. Okay. So aside from posture, okay, expressions and stuff like that, you want to utilize your body, okay, including your voice, okay, your senses and your voice. And I believe Tony Robbins also talked about something, how when you utilize sound with posture, okay, and you're beaming and you utilize sound, it does something with like the reptilian part of the brain. It breaks you out of, I think, the survival mode. Okay, so like if you are exercising, there's a reason why, like when you're at concerts and you're at events and you're woo like that, there's a reason why that feels good. Okay, it busts through, I believe, probably the story, I can't remember what he said, but I've always noticed that for myself. When I exercise and I work out, I love to dance. I love, just because that's, being me, just kind of being in my body. And so I love to dance. It really connects me with my body. And one of the things I really get into is, I vocalize a lot while I'm working out. And I've always done it before I even knew why it felt good. Now I know why. Now I know why it feels good when I'm being so vocal during my workouts. You guys, I hoot and holler. I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? And also, I will tell you that a really quick way to reprogram your mind with a really helpful self-concept is while you're working out. Okay, because using your body in a certain way just puts you into a sense of certainty. And so when you're in that feeling state of certainty and then you are speaking affirmations, building your self-concept, it's one of the quickest ways, aside from SATs, which is, why am I going blank? It's SATs. It's Neville Goddard, the Neville Goddard community. Something akin to the state. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm just blanking out here. It's all right, you guys. We're not talking about that. All right. I talk about SATs in different videos. For some reason, my mind just blanked on SATs. What the hell? If you're here, you know what SATs means, drop it in the comment box below. I can't believe I forgot what SATs is. Okay. Anyway, something akin to the state. We'll just leave it there. Whew. Anyway, so your physiology is going to be one of the quickest ways, if you're not triggered, okay, if you're not feeling triggered on something, your physiology is going to be one of the quickest ways to change your feeling state. Okay. In other words, if you're just kind of feeling blah, you're not really kind of feeling, you're definitely not feeling inspired. Okay. One of the quickest ways to kind of liven it up is to put on the feeling state of excitement. What does excitement look like? What does excitement do? Excitement might jump around and, hoot and holler. And that's what we mean. That's what I mean when I say put on excitement, because that's going to activate that feeling inside of your body. This is why, and he gets a lot of flack from people who don't understand his reasoning for doing it. This is why Tony Robbins is constantly taking breaks and getting people to jump up and down and change their posture and hoot and holler and stuff like that, because he knows the benefit of helping somebody to get into a peak feeling state. Okay, there's so many benefits to getting yourself into a peak feeling state. What I talk about here on this channel, though, is the ultimate benefit for you to get yourself into a peak feeling state, especially by using your physiology, is because you get to manifest whatever the hell you want. Okay, your feeling state is what you're constantly manifesting. Do you want to manifest more things to feel excited about, or do you want to manifest more things to feel depressed about? Okay, this is why this is so important. This is why he really works. I don't want to say he works so hard, but that's his key. That's the base of his teaching, is getting you into a peak feeling state. Okay, and this is my focus for you as well, is you learning how to get yourself into a peak feeling state. And if you want to feel excited, one of the quickest ways that you can put yourself or get yourself into a feeling state of excitement is to put on the posture of excitement. Okay, put on the movement of excitement. What does excitement look like? What does it feel like? What is excitement doing to your body? Okay, like for me, when I'm excited, there's different levels of excitement. I might be jumping around. I'm beaming no matter what I'm doing, like, smiling, I might be laughing, hooting and hollering, okay, stuff like that. If you want to feel inspired, what does inspired look like on your body? How does how does inspired show up? If you're wanting to feel certain and safe, what does that look like? Okay. If you want to feel important and significant, what does that feeling look like in the body? If you want to feel joy, elated, what does that look like? Ecstasy. What does ecstasy look like? What are you doing with your body? What are you doing with your voice? What are you doing with your facial expression when you're in the midst of ecstasy? You can activate these feelings without needing anything to happen in the 3D realm. You can feel those things right now. Okay. You can do it by changing your physiology, is one of the ways. So something else that you can do, you guys, is by using your physiology, is to change your location, like actually get yourself into a whole nother environment. Okay. Something where you can utilize the senses of your body differently. This is where we talk about, painting, dancing, sculpting, swimming, things, candle making, because the smell, cooking, things that are going to utilize the senses of your body. That's another way for you to be able to use your physiology to change your feeling state. Okay. One of the reasons why physiology is so important is because it's one of the ways for you to be able to get out of your mind and into your body. Okay. One of the things about being trapped in our mind, that's where all the chaos starts. Okay. That's where, something can be triggered. It starts up here and then it just stirs everything up down here. Okay. So one of the quickest ways to get out of your body, to get out of your head and into your body, is to really activate the senses of your body. Okay. You can focus on your breathing, and you can breathe in and out through, I usually do it through the heart and like the solar plexus chakra, but it's wherever you feel guided to. Focus on breathing is one of the biggest ways that you can connect with your body. Okay. Your physiology is just a way for you to connect with your body. All right. We're going to end this one here. And the next, what we're going to talk about is going to be your emotional state. Okay. And how you're able to control and change your emotional state in a way that you're not expecting. Okay. It's not how, it's not how we change our thinking, and it's not how we change our physiology. Okay. So I'm probably going to spend most of my time there, simply because it's just something that not many of us have learned how to do. All right. So I'll see you at that portion of the video.